Imagine one of the greatest military leaders of all time being forced into a chaotic retreat. Not by soldiers, not by weapons, but by an army of rabbits. Yes, you heard that right. Napoleon Bonaparte, the master of war, met his match in a field of fluffy foes. How did this bizarre event happen? Stick around as we unravel one of the most hilarious moments in history. In this video, we dive into one of the most extraordinary and unexpected episodes in history. The day Napoleon Bonaparte was attacked by rabbits. While Napoleon was known for his strategic brilliance and commanding the greatest armies of Europe, even he was caught off guard by this fluffy rebellion. This bizarre incident occurred when a rabbit hunt, organized by Napoleon and his staff, went hilariously wrong. The staff mistakenly gathered tame rabbits, rabbits that saw Napoleon not as a hunter, but as their food provider. What started as an elegant hunt quickly turned into chaos as the rabbits charged at the unsuspecting emperor, forcing him and his men into an unexpected retreat. In this video, we bring this historical event to life, exploring what led to this peculiar episode, the reactions of Napoleon and his troops, and why it still makes history buffs chuckle to this day. Join us for a captivating journey through a historical fact that sounds almost too absurd to be true. If you enjoy unique historical stories, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Legacy of Eras for more fascinating content. Our story begins in the early 1800s. Napoleon Bonaparte, Emperor of France, was at the peak of his power. He had conquered much of Europe, defeated powerful armies, and proven himself as one of history's greatest military minds. Yet even a man of his stature needed moments of relaxation. So, one summer day, Napoleon decided to indulge in a classic pastime, a rabbit hunt. Picture this: the serene French countryside bathed in sunlight, the sound of leaves rustling in the breeze, and Napoleon himself, clad in his iconic military coat and bicorn hat, standing among his staff and generals. It was meant to be a day of leisure, camaraderie, and easy sport. Little did they know, this peaceful day was about to descend into comedic chaos. Napoleon left nothing to chance, even when it came to relaxation. His staff was tasked with organizing the hunt down to the smallest detail, including gathering rabbits for the day's event. Now, you might wonder, why gather rabbits instead of finding them in the wild? Well, this was no ordinary hunt. To ensure the emperor's success, they decided to release rabbits into the fields, essentially, setting up a controlled hunt where the emperor could easily shoot and enjoy himself. Here's where the staff made a crucial error. Instead of wild rabbits, they collected tame rabbits, likely from local farms. These were not skittish wild animals accustomed to fleeing from predators. These were rabbits that associated humans with food. And when they saw Napoleon and his men, they didn't see hunters, they saw dinner time. The cages were opened, and hundreds, some say thousands, of rabbits spilled into the fields. At first, everything seemed normal. The rabbits scattered, hopping about in every direction. Napoleon and his men readied their guns, expecting the rabbits to flee in terror. After all, isn't that what prey does? But instead of running away, the rabbits began to turn toward Napoleon. One by one, they hopped closer, then faster. And before long, an army of fluffy bunnies was bounding toward the emperor and his men at alarming speed. What began as a gentle approach quickly escalated into a full-scale charge. The rabbits swarmed in droves, surrounding Napoleon and his party. Napoleon, caught off guard, tried to shoo them away, but the rabbits weren't having it. They leapt at his boots, climbed up his coat, and hopped after him as he tried to retreat. Imagine the scene: one of history's most powerful men, the conqueror of Europe, waving his arms in exasperation as tiny rabbits chased him down. His men, equally stunned, attempted to defend themselves, but there were simply too many rabbits. The hunt had turned into an ambush. Realizing they were outmatched, Napoleon and his staff did the only thing they could: they retreated. They ran back toward their carriages, with the rabbits hot on their heels. Some accounts say the rabbits even leapt into the carriages, determined to follow their food providers. Now, if Napoleon were facing enemy troops, this might have been the perfect moment for a dramatic counterattack. But when the enemy is a determined army of fluffy bunnies, there's not much strategy can do. Napoleon was forced to admit defeat, escaping the field of battle with his pride slightly bruised and his entourage thoroughly bewildered. In the aftermath of the Great Rabbit Attack, one can only imagine Napoleon's reaction. How does a man who has triumphed on the battlefields of Europe explain being chased off a field by rabbits? The story of the rabbit hunt soon spread, becoming one of the most bizarre and amusing anecdotes in Napoleon's history. While Napoleon's empire would eventually crumble due to far greater challenges, this tale remains a testament to how even the greatest figures can be caught off guard by the unexpected. It's a reminder that history isn't just about battles and treaties. It's also about the strange, quirky, and downright funny moments that make us realize even legends are human. So, how did this comical event unfold? The key mistake lies in the rabbits themselves. Wild rabbits are naturally cautious and fearful of humans, making them ideal for a traditional hunt. However, tame rabbits, likely used to being fed by humans, have no fear of people. To them, Napoleon and his men weren't hunters. They were potential sources of food. The rabbits' relentless charge was driven by instinct, not malice. But for Napoleon, the result was the same: an unexpected and thoroughly embarrassing defeat. The tale of Napoleon and the rabbit army lives on as one of history's most delightful oddities. In a career filled with wars, alliances, and dramatic events, this light-hearted moment offers a glimpse of Napoleon as more than just a strategist and ruler. It shows him as a man who, for once, was completely unprepared for his opponent. This story reminds us that history isn't just about serious events. It's also about moments of humor, humanity, and surprise. And in the case of Napoleon Bonaparte, it proves that sometimes the smallest foes can cause the greatest chaos. Thank you for joining us on this hilarious journey through history. If you enjoyed learning about the day Napoleon faced his fluffiest opponents, be sure to like this video, comment your favorite part of the story, and subscribe to Legacy of Eras for more fascinating tales from the past. History is full of surprises, and we can't wait to share more with you. See you next time.